What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Major Payouts and Middle Income Discrimination at the SBA. It is Wednesday, July the 7th, 2021. Please do me each favor, give this video a thumbs up, hashtag EIDL in the comments below. And again, make sure you follow me over on Twitter at TrySmallBiz. Username is SmallBiz Inc. That is where all the senators, congressmen and women, including their staff, are, and believe you me, they see and in some cases engage with damn near every tweet that we send out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, is it really true that loan officers are telling applicants, many of which are on this channel, that as of a week ago, they've already gotten rid of the 4506T requirements? And did we just have $2 million funded in the last 48 hours? Make sure you step forward in the comments below. And what do I mean when I say there's middle income discrimination at the SBA? All right, ladies and gentlemen, pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer, glass of wine, cup of tea, as one of you said yesterday. Here we go. All right, things are really starting to heat up, ladies and gentlemen. I want to spend the first half of this video speaking about some very, very positive news, and then I'm going to lay the groundwork. You've seen me doing it on Twitter about why there is not a single senator, congressman, or woman in this country, not one, that has stepped forward and said it's not right that 5 to upwards of 7 million middle-income communities are being denied what we promised them, the $10,000 grant in the CARES Act. But before we get there, we have seen a massive, and by the way, shout out to Speak and See. I saw a video drop right before I turned this on. He is seeing the same thing. We have had about a dozen people step forward. And if you have, in the comments below, make sure you tell everybody we need some inspiration for those who have been stuck in the queue for months. As I said yesterday, the SBA is about to have their best month, arguably, in over a year, because they have gotten rid of, from what we're hearing, the 4506T, although Miss Isabel Guzman has not announced that publicly. But if you are an applicant, as many of you wrote me in the last 24 to 48 hours, if your loan officer has told you in the last week or two that they've already gotten rid of 4506T, because many of you, 12, I think the number was as of about an hour ago, somewhere around $2.2 million, a little over 190,000, if my math serves me correctly in terms of an average loan size, have gotten funded. Some of you all the way back to April when you first applied. So it's no doubt about it, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new sheriff in town. The same department that handled the PPP last year has now taken over the EIDL program. The Office of Disaster Assistance, as of a few days ago, or maybe even a week and a half ago, is out. Now the A-team is in, and things are really starting to heat up. So I'm sticking with my prediction that I said yesterday. They have gone from 193,000 to 251,000 on the $10,000 targeted EIDL advance that have been funded. That was a 31% jump in a single week. Same jump applies with respect to the $5,000 supplemental. At the rate they're going, I am going to predict somewhere between 500,000 and let's say $750,000 are going to get funded in the next 30 days. And out of 2 million applications, that would be about a third, or 35%. It's at that point we realize, as I and others have been saying now for months, they're only going to spend $5 billion or thereabouts of the $30 billion that has been allocated by Congress for the targeted EIDL advance. So what in the world are they going to do with the $25 billion? Well, the cynics, the Debbie Downers, the snowflakes out there are telling you, oh, they're going to claw it all back. Folks, if you read the fine language where it does say they may pull funds from unspent COVID programs, it's at the city or the municipal level. It has absolutely nothing to do with the EIDL program, which I said yesterday is going nowhere, and the SBA. So there is $255 to $260 billion of unspent EIDL loan money, somewhere around $28 billion out of 30 of unspent targeted EIDL. So there is no reason whatsoever they shouldn't get off this middle income discrimination crusade that they're all in on, and give everybody in low, middle, and high a chance at the $10,000 or maybe even $15,000 in supplemental grants. All right, so look, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to step in the comments. If you have suddenly gotten funded, let's say in the next 3 days, after being stuck for weeks or even months, you need to tell us right now. And you need to get specific. Did your loan officer say the reason why you all of a sudden got funded is they were given the green light to get rid of the 4506T? Because as Carol Roth, by the way, The War on Small Business, it's an excellent book. You need to get a copy of it. She just pointed an article out from CNET that, again, as I said yesterday, there's 35 million tax applications or filings that are backed up at the IRS. 35 million. It was 2 million about a month and a half ago. Now it's what? 15 plus times that? In other words, there's no way in hell that the SBA can rely on the IRS any longer to get you a 4506T to your loan officer. So if it's true, and we're hearing that, step into the comments and make sure you tell us, then things are about to get a whole lot better for everybody, whether it's the targeted, the supplemental, or the 24 months of working capital. So again, if you've had success in the last few days, make sure you pipe it up in the comments below. All right, in the remaining time that I have, and I want to try to keep this under 10 minutes, let me just let you guys know, as you've been seeing me say now for weeks on Twitter at Try Small Biz, what we're up against. As more and more people get the targeted, the supplemental, and the 24 months of capital, huge numbers, arguably the best month the SBA is going to have in over 6 to maybe as many as 9 months. That is going to start to drown out the cries for help with respect to the $10,000 EIDL grant, regardless of size, location, or credit score. But as I said, and this is very, very disturbing, and you need to hear me on this, there is not a single senator, and if you have any senator in your state, I want to hear it in the comments. Name one fucking senator, and it may as well apply to congressmen and women, but let's stick with the Senate today. Name one senator, perhaps in your state, that has publicly come out and said, you know, I have thousands or tens of thousands of middle-income constituents in my district. And I personally think it's bullshit that we're not going to give them the $10,000 we promised them last year in the CARES Act. Because remember, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and over 50 senators, congressmen, and women of both sides of the aisle wrote scathing letters to the SBA and the Trump administration, blaming them for capping the loans and rationing the grant and driving millions of small business owners under. Well, now we have, for the last 6 months, the Democrats, along with President Biden, control every branch of government, and they've not done anything any better. In fact, it's probably fucking worse, because here's the deal. They don't need a single Republican vote, if it's through reconciliation or an executive order from President Biden, to say, you know what? We're getting rid of the low income requirements. We're going to open it up to everybody in low, middle, and high. And we're finally, because we're in charge as Democrats, we're going to honor our intent, our congressional intent, as we said over 50 fucking times last year, to pay everybody 10 grand regardless of size, location, or credit score. So I want to hear from you guys. If you got funded in the last few days, tell us what your loan officer did. Why was it suddenly faster? Is it true that 4506T has now been eliminated, which means tons of you are about to get financed in the next few weeks? And give me a senator. Give me one. Let us not forget that 63 wrote that letter with John Cornyn roasting Isabel Guzman over the live venue grant, which still, from a percentage basis, they have not paid out over 85% of the applicants for the live venue grant. But not a single one of those 63, in fact, not a single of the 100 senators in this country, to my knowledge, and we've scrolled Twitter feeds for the last 2 weeks, not fucking one. Not a Bernie Sanders, not a Rand Paul, not a Jackie Rosen, or John Cornyn, not one of them, including those two SOBs that wrote the EIDL Small Business Act S513, has stepped forward. So when I tell you guys there's a puppet master, there's someone behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz, it's not Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and Darth fucking Vader, Mr. Mitch McConnell, who has no soul, that writes these laws. It's the lobbyists, and more importantly, the hidden hand behind the lobbyists. And for whatever reason, ladies and gentlemen, they've decided, call them the Illuminati, the Bilderberg Group, whoever the fuck you want to refer to them as, the ultra-rich, the top 1/2 of 1% that's trying to squelch and eliminate the middle class and push us all to the bottom of what they like to now call the underserved low-income communities. There is not a single soul in Congress of any aisle or any persuasion that is bucking up against the system to say this is wrong. So, do we have our work cut out for us? Yes, we do. Are we going to ever get these motherfuckers to do what they said they were going to do last year? That's going to be a tall order without a class action lawsuit, but you may have noticed somebody filed one today against high tech and social media. Did you also hear the organization that's aligned with that one? So yeah, maybe I tweaked half of you that don't like the former president of the United States, but it's about fucking time we stand up for free speech in this country, regardless of the color of your skin or what side of the fucking street you live on. And yeah, in case you haven't heard me over the last 16 months, I ain't going anywhere until it's 10 grand, regardless of size, location, or credit score. $2 million loan caps, 24 months of working capital, and one way or another, right, Big Ben fucking Cardin, we are going to make sure that if you applied for an EIDL loan during the pandemic, that you never pay the SBA a friggin' dime. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, in slightly over 10 minutes, always remember that I love each and every single one of you, and thanks for watching.